Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back. Let me see. Getting an error. Let's make sure. Let me make sure everything's working. We better? We back. Okay, I think we're back. Just getting a bit of an error message. All right, excellent connection, it's saying. Fantastic. I hope we don't keep getting this, not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. Let's see what the error could be. I hope it fixes itself. I'm gonna give it a second to kind of fix itself. It's giving me an error message. We don't usually have these problems, so let's see. Let me close that out. Let me give it a moment to, I mean, it feels like it looks pretty good. I'm looking at it on my end. It's saying it's excellent down here. Let me know in the chat if this is looking terrible, or if you can't hear me, or it's saying that there's an error. So I've never seen this before. I hope this doesn't ruin our part 2. All right, we'll just kind of let it rock. If I keep getting, okay, excellent, we're back. Okay, I think we're back. So I'm just gonna keep going. I'm just gonna dive in. I'm just gonna go with it. Okay, welcome back everybody. Part 2 of our gumball machine model. Got my fresh cup of coffee, some water, and I'm ready. I'm ready to do this. All right, so like I had mentioned, we're gonna dive into the details of our gumball machine. I found some really cool fonts on DeFont that actually will work really well for our embroidery portion. So I think it'll eliminate a lot of the having to model all that. But why don't we go ahead and get our booleans done? So yeah, let's get our booleans done and we'll go from there. So let me Shift D, duplicate, and I'm gonna name this one our gumball ramp cutter. So we're gonna name it that. I'm gonna Control A, apply the transforms, and then for this one, Control A, apply the transforms. And we're gonna take our gumball ramp cutter and then click that, Shift Control B for our bool tool, and we're gonna do difference. Fingers crossed that it works. All right, let's see. Let me go to our modifier, do fast, and see if that gives us what we're looking for. Is it not? Let me see. Trying to think. Before we do this, let me undo all that. Give me one sec. Because I'm gonna label the other ramp too so that I know where I'm going with this. Okay. So cube 4 is gonna be just our gum. So we're just gonna call it ramp. We'll just call it ramp. And so for that, let's hide that one for now. Gumball cutter. Let me grab it on the Y and just see what it looks like. Yeah, so cut all that jazz. All right, so let's try this again. Apply transforms, apply transforms. I don't know if I want to apply the subdivision just yet. So I'm gonna grab that, Shift Control B, Shift Control B. And then let's do our bold tool difference. And try to get this to work. There we go. But there's something behind it that's keeping it from cutting it fully. Let me see if I do fast what that looks like. All right, I'm gonna undo one more time. And I'm gonna check and see if the bool tool is going deep enough, our cutter, if it's going deep enough into the mesh to, because I want to get rid of this piece as well. So it'll cut that, but it's not going to cut that because we need geometry there. So I'm trying to think what my best course of action would be. Unless we bool tool it. Let me see. Have an idea. Shift Control B again. Hit it with a difference. Then tab into edit. No, I have to apply the subdivision, which I think I feel comfortable doing. I think the base of this is fine. So let me just do it. Let me just apply. We're committing. We're committing to it. And then I'll also commit to that. And then what we'll do is I'll take this. We're gonna put it in a new collection, hide all of our cutters and things that we don't necessarily need. We'll go into that collection. Then I'm gonna tab into edit mode. Oof. This is what I'm afraid of. It's this right here. It's insane. All right, let me look forward. And I'm just gonna click this. I'm gonna do C. Just gonna get these edges here. As best we possibly can. Hold on. Let me do edge select. Let me select this edge right here. Oh, are you not gonna hit me with the loop? Ooh, baby. All right, so why don't I do this and see what this brings me. I'm just gonna use this. This is not the most productive way to handle this, but also this also might be good. Okay, I'm not going to worry about those too much, so I'm going to escape X faces, right? Let me tab out. It's a hole. There's still some geometry, but once we put our ramp back, now we're back, and then I can tab into edit mode. Oh, not there. I'll tab into edit mode here, isolate this, and essentially, I think I want the back of this gone. Let me get out. I'm just gonna make a duplicate. Just move you over, just in case we screw this up. All right, and then I'm gonna just take the back and this back. No, we're just taking the back. What are we doing here? I think we just got to get rid of the back here. So can I loop cut across? Not quite. All right, so what happens when I delete this face? And then these edges, it's not what we want at all. What do I want? What do I want? I think I want the knife tool. All right, I think instead of that, I think I have to apply the subdivision. We're gonna have to apply this, and then that's gonna give me a ton of geometry. And I'm just gonna cut across like that. Let me select a few more faces so it's somewhat even. And I'm gonna X, delete the faces. Ugh, how about that? Let me go into wireframe mode, redo that. All right, now we'll delete the faces. It's a little wonky, but let's just see. Oh, that is awful. But we're getting kind of the vibes. So let me go back to isolation mode one more time. I basically just want, I didn't factor this part in. This is a little more difficult than I imagined. So I just want maybe this much gone. Let me go into wireframe mode again. Just do like that much gone. So let me get rid of that. Jump out of isolation mode. Let's look at the forward facing. Let's get out of edit mode. Give me that. Okay. It's a little bit better. Let me see, grab on the, okay, so there's a bit of intersection going on, but I'm gonna scale on the X a little, and then I'll grab on the Z so that we're not intersecting. And let me see. Okay, let me tab in to edit mode, and I want to see what else we're looking at as far as a solid view. Goodness, there's so much geometry. So let me see what all this is. Is this the back of the, let me hide that little piece there. And what is this? Is this just another layer? Because I think we want you gone too. So let's see what that gives. Or let me make sure this is not the back of my gumball machine. This is getting real sloppy. I should have made a copy of the gumball machine. Because I'm really... Okay. We're in it now. No turning back. All right, let's see what happens if I delete those faces. Let's tab out. Solid mode. Let's go out of that. I mean, I think that's what we're going for. Is it empty? It's hard to tell when there's no when there's no shader, but I think it looks crazy. We can clean it up a little bit just so it's not as but even that is unnecessary. We'll do it if we have to, well, once we add the material. So let me leave her like that for now. Let's see what happens if we rotate on the X. How's that? Is that a little bit better? Let's see. I think that could be a little bit better. And then grab on the Z. Okay. What if we do tap into edit mode, scale on the Z? Maybe not. We'll fix that shortly, because if it comes down to it, I think it's fine. Just looks a little wonky, but once we get the material, I think we can fix it. We can get it looking good. All right, let's just leave that there, and then I'm gonna take this one. And I'm really practicing not getting obsessive when it comes to certain things. It's like some things are just not gonna be perfect. And if it's not critical or if it won't be seen, I don't want to dwell on it too much. So if that's just going to be covered up, going in and fixing the mesh so that it's absolutely perfect is not an end all be all. All right, so I'm just making sure this is in. So I'm going to grab on the Y so that we can boolean that. Check the front view. Looking pretty good. Just make sure we're right in the center there. I'm going to Control A, apply all transforms. That should cut through everything. Let me grab on the Y just a little bit more, just so we don't run into the issue of it not cutting all the way through. And then I'm gonna do this piece here. So yeah, okay. Shift Control B. Let's do a difference. So that's that piece. And then I'm gonna go back into this transform and we're gonna make this solid. We're gonna use it again. Then we're gonna click the gumball machine, Shift Control B. We'll do another difference. And that should be the hole that we're looking for. Okay. And then our cutter, we can move into hide. And that's that. And I think it just looks like that because, let me see. Let me grab this on the X. Do I also need to cut through that? I think I also have to cut through this piece as well. So let me bring that one up again. So let's put you back in here. Go back to solid one more time. And then click that, Shift Control B. And one more time, do a difference. Now we're talking. And then you can go into the hide. And we just have a little bit of geometry crossover, so I'm just gonna scale this down just a little bit. Oh my. Make sure. Let's see. The Boolean is not our best friend, you know what I mean? But again, we're gonna just get our Booleans done, and then if we need to play around with the mesh because they're overlapping and things, we will do that. But I will be here for hours and hours trying to perfect that if that is the case. So we're gonna just kind of leave it where it is. Okay, what else do we need to bool? Anything else? We can also pull this down so that it's a little kind of hanging over. So scale on the Z. Oh no, we can't because, well, I can pull the bottom wireframe and let's just do the bottom and pull that down just a bit over the mesh, and that kind of works also, right? Let me see, grab on the Z. Trying to figure out how I can get rid of, here we go. That looks pretty good. And let me rotate on the X. And I'll pull it up. Just a little bit like that. And grab on the X. Oops. Grab on the X and just pull it over just slightly. Thinking about just getting rid of it. You know what I mean? Just go away. It's fine. We don't need to see ya. Alright, that feels good. Okay. Trying to think if I should. I'm gonna save a version. So let me save an incremental. Because my previous save has the gumball and everything in it. So we're just gonna rock out with this just in case I need to go back and start over or fix something. But for the most part, this feels good. And then, what do I think I'm gonna do? Okay, I wanna try something. I'm gonna tap into edit mode. This might be an insane idea, but I'm going to try something. Like, what if I do this? What if I do this? And let me see, Control plus, where does that go? All right, and I make these, maybe like, let's do one less thick. Okay, what if I do this? Shift D. Right, so now we have these two meshes. What if I click P by loose parts? What if I tab out? This might be kind of wild, but these two. All right, and then what if let me tab into isolation mode. I mean, they're slightly different, but the vibes are there. What if I flip around and just get rid of this part? Adding that subdivision modifier was the worst idea that I could have thought of. Undo. Can I just Control plus? Yeah, let me Control plus till I get to where I'm trying to be. All right, I'm Control numpad plus till I get to that edge right there. This is so funny. the faces. Yes. Right? Now we have these two strips. So select all. We tab. So it's 12 and 13. Tab into edit mode. Okay. Why don't I just... Oh, we don't need the bold tool on that. So I'm going to add a solidify modifier. 0.1 is cool. And 13. Solidify modifier 0.1. Tab out. All right, let's jump out of isolation mode. All right, and then let me maybe scale on the Y. Scale on the Y. Let me see. Okay, detail. All right, let's select them again. I'm gonna do origin to geometry, scale on the Y, and we'll get it just right on there. That's some detail. That is some detail for you. I think that's good enough, you know? I like it. Let me go into this one here. I'm gonna tab in. Let me jump into isolation mode. Get rid of whatever's going on down here. I think it's the, let me see. Let's see, oops. Yeah, it's probably the subdivision modifier that's, or the solidify modifier that's kind of rocking us. I don't know if I can get under there. Let's see. You're really rocking my world today. Okay. What do we in? Face select? Let me do edge select. All right. Now that we got that. Nah. Let me see if I go negative. What if I even thickness it? Sheesh. Not that. Don't flip the normals. Okay. What we might need to do driving me crazy. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna tab in. I'm gonna do proportional editing. So one thing I know. And just let it go in a little bit. There we go. And that is all we needed, folks. Let me save that. Fabulous. Fabulous, fabulous. How's it look on the other side? That's good. think that's good enough detail for that. Now, let's do this little design up here. So now we're rocking on this. So I'm gonna come up here. Let's get our empty back. X-ray mode. And let me see what's our best. Course of action. What's going on? Keep getting a warning. I don't know what's up with the bit rate. We'll have to get into that, check it. So I'm sorry if there's buffering going. That really bums me out because we were doing great earlier. But hopefully I can just get this done pretty quickly. Okay. So what do I want to do for these little curves here? So, we could just do some subdivided cubes. We'll just do that. So let me see, tab into edit mode, grab on the Z, scale her way down, grab on the Z. We are going to use proportional editing, so all right, let me scale on the X. We'll do this one first. The base, scale, but also oh no, why is my navigation not working? Okay. So let me do 2, edge select, edge, edge and edge, Control B. Okay, we want it as round as we can get it there. Select all, I'm gonna scale on the Y. Look here. Yeah, what's up? All right, let me rotate on the Z 90 degrees. And then I'm gonna scale the whole thing. Grab on the Z. Scale the whole thing again. I think also what we're gonna do, so I'm gonna add a subdivision modifier to it. Grab on the Y. Is that what we want? Let me see. happens here. Let me see if I want to do. All right. Okay, so I think I'm gonna leave it like that, and then I'm gonna apply this. And then X-ray mode. I'm going to tab into edit mode, select all, scale. One, grab. Okay. See? Oh, wow. Let's redo it. A part of me just wants to do the curve tool. Let's just do that. Go. Do like this. Yeah, that looks cute. Rotate it just a little. Rotate just a little. I think that looks good. Grab this. No, I like it like that. So let me grab it out maybe just a little. And scale it in. Okay. Okay. I think that looks great. Okay, so I'm going to convert to a mesh. Tab into edit mode. These little guys, let's merge at center. So now it's just one. think that looks pretty good. Great. And then what I'll do is I'm going to Shift D, grab on the X, rotate, grab on the Z, then again grab on the X, pull it over, and then tap into edit mode and adjust this. So I'm going to select it all and we'll scale it down a bit. And then using proportional editing, I'm just going to play around with this a little bit so we can get it where we want it. Something like that. Let's grab that up. Something like that. Let's grab you. Maybe something like that. Let's maybe grab this one. Let's get it really specific to that area. Grab you all. Do something like that. Maybe we'll grab this one. Something like that. Grab you. Something along those lines. Let's pull you out a bit. Louder, louder. Okay. Thanks, Dad. I maybe need to turn up I'm gonna turn up my Yeti. Let me check my OBS. Volume. How's that volume? I get so nervous about blowing it out. Okay, is that too much? Okay. I turned it up a little bit. We'll see. Okay. Now let me grab this. Something like that. To smooth it out. Something like that. And maybe like that. No change? Okay. Maybe let me change it in OBS. Oh, okay. It's much louder. It looks like it's much louder in the OBS. Let me see. I'm going to turn the background music down just a bit. And then microphone. Is it locked? Let me see. My mic settings might be locked in my OBS. I'm not sure. Let me see. Oh, yeah. I have it locked. There we go. Okay. Let me know if it's better. I just unlocked the volume and turned it up. Okay. There we go. It's hitting the yellow now. So I'll turn it up a little bit in my Yeti and see if that helps. Okay. It's getting up there. It's in the yellow. Okay. Let me know if that works. All right. And then now I'm gonna, wait, let me pull this a little bit more. Turn the music up. Okay, music. Oh my. Okay, music is up. I also could switch it. I also could switch it so that I did use the Spotify playlist one time in the background instead of using my TV for the audio in the background. I just don't know what rules there are about using Spotify's playlist when it comes to the lo-fi. It's the same channel, just on Spotify. So I don't know. Okay. So now that we have that, I'm gonna Shift D and then rotate on the X90. No. Rotate on the Z 180. No. Oh yes, exactly. All right, and then grab on the X. Boom. And we'll do that. And then the base of these two are a little bit thicker. I should have Alt D. Nah, they're a little different, so we'll just play with it. Okay. Now, I'm gonna grab, and let me scale and grab. I gotta get my audio together, honestly. Okay, let's see. Let me see. Audio. Let me see. What am I looking at? Go to edit. Okay. Let me see here. Let me go into my OBS once more. I'm using my mic, which is, okay, let me see. Advanced audio properties, I'm jumping in. Desktop, Mac, mic. Oh, it's I don't really, it's not making it. Let me go up. How are we looking? Oh, how's it looking now? I think I figured it out. I was in the negative. I think that's gotta be it. It's gotta be. Because before I was negative, so I think it was putting me down. Uh-oh. Let me see. Check. Let me send a picture of this. Okay, camera. Let's see if that works. All right. See it. Let's check that audio really quick. Be right back. I think we might be on to something. Perfect. So this whole time my audio was in the negative. Okay. All right, now I'm ready to get this done. All right, so let me grab this piece. I'm gonna play around with that. Grab that piece. Grab that. All right, great. Grab. Let's get some of these. Oop. Okay. Maybe more like that. It's cool. All right, great, great, great. Okay, avoid the red zone. All right, I think we're only in the, for mic input, negative. Okay. We're at 2.1 dB on the mic. This is what it's saying. Right here. That's what it's giving. Okay, beautiful. Now, let's move this over some. Maybe like this. Maybe like that. All right, that one's fine. Let's get you, select all. I'm just gonna scale this whole one up a bit. And then grab on the Z like that, and then scale on the X. That's fine. And then this guy, tab, all scale. Oops. Okay, let me change the settings to the of the mic. And let's see how that's going. All right, if I go 3.5, we just barely hit the yellow. So I'm gonna go 4.0. Hello, hello, hello. All All right, I'm gonna do that. What's monitor? Okay. For the replay crew, there's some audio testing going on, so if you're wondering, what am I talking about? My dad is on the back end helping me get my audio together so that I don't keep running into really low audio. We don't want that. We don't want that. All right, now let's get this done. Let me grab, I gotta make this base a little bit thicker. Make it just a little bit thicker. Knee scale. A little like that. And grab it. Do something like that, and then scale this as, maybe not. Let's grab this. But grab it. Do a little something like that. Grab this, do a little something like that. Grab this, make this much smaller. A little something like that. Grab there, grab there. Okay. Grab maybe right there. I'm gonna subdivide right here. And then I'll grab this one, do a little something like that. Okay, I think that's all. I think that's good enough. That gives. Now let's jump out of that mode. So our little design up top. Let's look at it. We might need to make it a little bigger. So I'm just going to select all the curves. And then I'm just going to scale them in object mode. Yeah. We'll make them like that big. All right, and then, oh, perfect. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna select this. Nope. All right, let me go back. Select this, shift select this. I think that's all. And I'm going to shift D, take that out, P, loose parts, tab out. What's this? All right. And this is Bezier curve, okay. So now we're simply gonna just grab that on the Y, pull it out a little bit, and then I'm gonna add a solidify modifier. Like that. Make it a little thick. Grab it on the Y. That's a little moment. We can scale it down even a little. Let me see. Maybe it's a little too thick. 0. Yeah, let's do like that. And then if anything, can I subdivide this? Yes. just so it's a little bit smoother. I'm okay with that. I'm comfortable with that. We can fill these now. So let's go to this. I'm gonna pull all of these out just a little. Grab on the Y, pull them out, and then I'm gonna fill them all. Undo that. What's going on here? Okay, let's just do one at a time. Tab into edit mode. Fill it. Jump back out. Tab into edit mode. Fill it. Jump back out. Tab. All fill. Okay. Now we can add the solidify modifier for all of them. Yeah, that's pretty good. We can go even thicker actually to really pull it out. Do 0.2. Ooh, yes. Add a nice bevel. Beautiful. And then I'll select these, select this, Control L. Copy modifiers, so we got the same thing. Let me shade smooth ya. Shade smooth ya. Shade smooth. Let me make sure it's the same. Solidify, bevel, solidify, bevel. They look a little different, but nonetheless. There's our design. Oh, you know what I could have done? Let me go in here. I'm gonna subdivide a couple times to really smooth it out. Let's see what a subdivision modifier will do. That's better, yeah. Okay. Let me see if I need to put it up at the top though. Nah. We'll do it like that. All right, we'll leave it at the end. So let's go up to 5 for that. And then I'll add a subdivision for this one. And we'll go up to 5. Okay. Yes, I like it. Look at us. Let me save it. This is fantastic. This is still giving really off-centered, and I don't know why. Why does that feel so off-centered? I don't know. Anyway, let's just move on. Okay, what else do we need to do here? We need... Oh, okay. Now we can get into these little embellishments, and this is how we're gonna do it. So I'm gonna Shift A. I'm gonna add a text. Oh, we're up there. Okay. Grab the text on the Z. Let's grab on the Y, pull it closer to us, and then rotate on the X 90. And then we're gonna jump into isolation mode. Tab into edit mode. And I'm gonna use this new font that I found on DaFont. So let me go into my, okay, so it's called Dingleberry. And then let me look in my folder. I have a a reference that tells me what is what. So I'll show you what we got. What are we doing? A gumball machine. So many folders. Okay, gumball machine. So, okay, so let's say for instance, let me look at the reference. Okay, we just need some cute little flowers. So it's gonna be, okay, like S would be good. S, M, N. So let me show you what S, M, and N look like. So this is S. Isn't that good? We can just use that, right? So we have S, M, N, which I really like this one. I think this is like spot on, and we could just rotate it. But let me just go through the letters and you can kind of see. So this is Q. And what we'll do is we'll just make it a mesh and just extrude it and put it on. And that'll just save us so much time. This is W, E, R, T, Y, U, I, O, P, A, S, D, F, G, H, J, K, L. L could work too. Z, X, C, V, B, and M. So I think N, X, no, N, L, N and L. Let's do N and L for this. Let me just look at the one more time because there's two keys, because I think there might be one other one. Oh, okay, let's do the numbers. Let me show you the numbers because those actually could work too. So 8, let me show you the numbers. I think 2 and 8 could also work. So let me see. 2 and 8, that's 2 and 8. If I press enter, I'll just show you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 0. Right? This will just save us so much time. We don't have to build this from scratch. We can just use this. So, I mean, this one's really pretty too. Let me see what we got going in our reference. The only place there's like, okay, so we need essentially 3. So something for the center and then 2 things along the bottom. So we could, I like this one. I think I like this one. So what's that one? Is that 8? Yes. So let's do, we'll do 8. All these are really pretty though. I really like them. Okay, so we'll do 8. And it's really all we need to do. We can squish it and stuff if we need. Let me see what bold looks like. Okay, bold doesn't really do much. Size, we'll keep it 1 for now. I think it's good just like that. And I'm gonna tab out, jump back out of isolation mode. Oh, it's gonna be so pretty. Okay, I like it. So I'm gonna convert to a mesh, and then let's rotate on the X90. No, rotate on the Y90. Rotate on the Y180, like that. And grab on the Z, and then let's get the origin to geometry, and I'm gonna tab into edit mode, select all, scale on the Z. We'll squish it just a little. Oh, are we in proportional editing? Get that out of here. We don't need proportional. Scale on the Z. So it's a little bit more squished. Oh, grab on the X. Let's go back this way. Can I rotate you? Like that, and then let me scale you down. Let me rotate again. Maybe like this. Grab on the Z. And then I am going to use proportional editing. So I'm going to select this. One. Select this. Go back into proportion, and then I'll grab, make this bigger so that we can grab the stem and move it around a bit. Grab, and we can kind of make it exactly how we want it. Take this and grab it, maybe like that. Something like that. And we'll do something like that. And can we rotate? Yeah. We can rotate it. And then grab it. Whoops. And grab it like that. And then we'll rotate it just a little bit more, like that. Okay, great. Let's see what that looks like. Adorable. Oh, maybe if we pull it on the actual model, that'd be great. Okay, how's that? Let me scroll, turn to the side. All right, grab on the Y, and then we gotta rotate. Let's get the origin to geometry again. I'm gonna rotate on the X. But let me see. Rotate on the X like that. Pull it in on the local Y. Grab it again. I'm gonna pull it off just a little, kind of like that. And then, let's see. Grab on the Y again, kind of like that. And then I don't know if I should shrink wrap it. I probably should shrink wrap it, but then I don't know if I can solidify it. Let's find out. Let me save it. And then I'm gonna Control A, transform, and then I'm gonna shrink wrap this and see what happens. So deform, shrink wrap. Let's get her on there. So let's see. And let's go 0.002 maybe. All right, let's see. All right, so it's sticking, but I don't know if after you shrink wrap if you can extrude. So let's find out. All E on the Y. Oh yeah, guess you can. Let's just see what that gives. We'll jump out of here. Ah, maybe not. Let me see. Nah, we don't want that. Let's get this shrink wrap off for 1 second. Let me just extrude it first, and then maybe we'll shrink wrap it. So E on the Y. Not too much. Maybe like that. What's that giving? Oh, it's so cute. Look at that. I actually really like that a lot. Wow. That's fantastic. Okay. And then, before I shrink wrap it, let me get rid of this, by the way. Let's just duplicate the other one, and then we'll do that. So I'm gonna Alt-D. And then, rotate on the Z 180, is it? Yeah. You know, it's unbelievable. Let me get origin to geometry. You know, let's see. Okay. Let me set the origin to geometry first, then I'll Alt-D. And then rotate on the Z 180. And then grab on the X. And we'll do something like that. Hold on, let me make sure it's kind of centered. Then we'll put something in the middle, kind of. So let me move both of these down actually. Grab on the Z. Maybe like that. Is that cool? Does that look good? Yeah, we definitely have to shrink wrap this. That's kind of crazy. Also, what's going on here? Sheesh. That's no good. All right. Yeah, but shrink wrapping this should be fine now that it's already. All right, and then I'm thinking we can put something in the center here. So let me look at the key one more time and see what really cute symbols we can add. I just need like a little, I don't know, like a little heart. I'll do a little heart, or I can do like a little flower. So we have, so I think either I, M, or O. I'll show you I, M, or O, or R. I, M, O, or R. Let's see what else. I, M, O, R, or the pound sign, or the exclamation. Okay, let's do those. All right, I'm gonna go back into a text. So Shift A, text. I think it's back at the top. Grab on the Z. Rotate on the X 90. All right, let's go into isolation mode. Let me show you these symbols and we'll pick one. So jumping into fonts, let's go back. Dingleberries. Okay, so I said, well, this is I, it's like a little heart. M, O, R, exclamation point was one, pound sign was another. So these I think are cute little symbols that we could use. Let's see if I'm missing any. Did I do R? I think I did R. Maybe I didn't do R. Let me show you R. Oh, I did R. Okay, that's R. Let's see. R. Did I do M? Yeah, I did M. Okay. Yeah, I think those are good. Let me just look one more time. I mean, dollar sign could work. It's way. I'll show you dollar sign, and then let me see if there's any more. Yeah. All right, let me show you dollar sign. And then this one is dollar sign. Uh-oh. Let me move over a little bit. Okay. That's the dollar sign. So they're all cute, and I feel like that's what we can put in the center of our little in the center of our gumball design at the bottom. Oh, and then one has to go in the center of the handle as well. So maybe I think I like this little flower. We could do one of these two flowers, but I think I like this little flower for the handle. So who's that? And so R exclamation point we like. So let me enter. So exclamation point, yes. And then for the centerpiece, I feel like maybe what's this one? Is it R? No, not R. Let me look at the key and see which one that is again. Let's see. Is it pound? Okay, pound. So these two I think I like. I think this one for in the center here, and then this one for the handle. These are cool too, but I think these will fit the best. I do kind of like this one too, but I just don't want it to clip. It might be too big. So I'm gonna do just like this. Okay. So boom, we're doing that. Let me see what I want to do here. I'm gonna just do one at a time just to save myself the headache. So let me get out of here. And then I'm gonna just Shift S, cursor to selected, Shift, or you know what? Shift S, cursor to world origin, Shift A. Just do another one. X90. Tab into isolation mode, and then the other one was exclamation point. Oh, just kidding. Let's load in the font. All right, now we're at exclamation. No. What's the other one that we did? N? No. R? No. Oh, man. Wait, let me... Now I forget. Pound sign, was it? Yeah, pound sign. Okay. That's the one. All right, let me tab out. Get out of here. Grab on the X. This one. Grab on the Z. And then origin to geometry. Grab on the Y. Something like that. Let's grab you on the Y as well. X, try to get you in front. Grab on the Y. Okay. Now we'll try to get everybody in their place. Grab on the X. Yes, and we'll put this in the center. So I'm gonna scale it down. It's not a mesh yet, so it's fine. Scale, scale, scale. But I think, yeah, this needs something to connect these two pieces, I think. Just to give it a little razzle dazzle. Let me grab on the Y just so it's not clipping, just so we can get an idea. I don't know if we love it, but we'll see. Okay, grab on the X. Let's do the front view. I'm gonna scale this way down. Way down. Grab on the Z. Scale it down some more. Okay. I think once we get the materials on, it's gonna be great. Grab on the Z. Amazing. Literally amazing. Okay, great. Now, I'm gonna convert this to a mesh. I'll grab on the Y's, get it pulled back ever so slightly. Okay, software update, you got it. Let me save it where we're at right now. I don't wanna lose all our progress. And then I'm gonna add a solidify modifier to make this look even better. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. Boom. Right in there. Isn't that good? That's a trick. It's such a great trick. If you go on defont.com, you can just download a font that has a bunch of different icons and just use that instead of like building it yourself. I'm just saying, that saved me hours. I don't even know how I would have been able to achieve that. I would have had to like Boolean or whatever. All right, let's see if we can make this work, because if not, let me just hold on, because we could do a few things. We could just connect these two, because that might be the vibes. Just pull this over, pull this over, pull this over. Are we different? Oh yeah. Let me rotate you. Get you aligned. Hold on. This is not looking good. I might have to mirror. Let me mirror. Might be better. 'Cause I don't think I'll ever get it. Okay, yeah, we'll just mirror. So let me just hide you for now. Yeah, we're just gonna mirror. What about that? Fantastic. So maybe we don't need that other piece. We don't need that. We're just gonna rock out like that. I think that looks pretty cool. That looks great. Now I gotta shrink wrap these though, so that they're flush. So let's see. Let me save it. Before we shrink wrap it, we can apply the mirror modifier. It's exactly what we're looking for. What? Yes. Okay. Now, deform, shrink wrap. All right, let's pull you out. Does this work? It's not working. What if I do negative? Absolutely not. All right, what we may have to do, we'll scratch that. We'll just have to go in and deform it ourselves, which is not terrible. Let's just do it. Let's just not even think about it. Let's just go in there and do it. All right, so if I click this, and then I'm trying to think how I can do this. Grab on the Y. I think if I grab like this corner, the Y, I can kind of get it to twist. Okay. And then if I do the same on this side, it might not be exactly symmetrical anymore because I'm doing this, but I'm all out of ideas. So I'm just gonna do like that. And I think we got it. You know what I mean? I think that's great. Is that on there? Do I need to pull this over a little bit more? I think it's okay. I mean, I can. Let me see. Grab on the Y. Just. I don't want it to look too different than the other side, so I think we're good. I feel comfortable with that. All right, let me tab out. Fantastic. Oh, I mean, that's good too. Okay, I think we can get into material. Let's just do some materials, whatever. If I have to do more editing, that's fine, but I want to get into some materials. Let's go into our shader editor. Woo, we are one step closer. All right, all these guys, y'all can go into the hide collection, okay? And then we can get rid of you. Let's make you solid. So where am I going? I always forget. Let's make you textured again. And let's throw the glass material. So I'm gonna use my materials over here. But I'm gonna keep it 1K. I'm not gonna go super crazy unless I have to. But I'm gonna try to keep it 1K. So I have, maybe we can't keep, all right, let's look at the glass. I have a glass material. We could create our own, but I wanna see what this, okay, this is what we're gonna do for the metal. So I have a rusted metal. It's in 4K though. Let me see if I have any other, because this is already gonna take so long to render because I'm in cycles. So if I could not do 4K, that'd be great. So let's do a basic glass shader. We're gonna use that. We don't have lighting or a scene yet, guys. So maybe we should do that. Let's get ourselves a little scene going. Amazing. So I'm gonna come out. I love our little gumball machine. Are you kidding? How cute. Shift A. Let me do a plane. It's huge. It's such a big gumball machine. Okay. Let me tab into edit mode. 2. Grab on the A on the Z. See how high up you go. You need to go up that high. Okay. This gumball machine is so big. Wow. I could shrink the whole thing. It's okay. We'll deal with it later. All right. That's our just basic setup. So I'm gonna go into shader editor. Let's use an HDRI. Haven't used one of those in a long time. Do my environmental textures. Let's go into our HDRIs and we'll just do, I love our little peppermint room. I think that one's one of my faves. Oh no. There we go. All right, this is our peppermint HDRI. I really like this one. Let's get this touching the base of the gumball machine. There we go. I just really want the shadows to really hit. All right, shading. Now my cycles doesn't render very well in the viewport, so you know, bear with me. But for the most part, we're gonna get there. All right, so we have our glass shader looking good. And then I wanna do our metal. Oh, rusted metal right here. We have the 1K rusted metal, boom. Let me get that on our... When I use these materials though, I find that it like really is heavy on my computer. So this is where we might start getting crashes and all that jazz. Okay. Now, let me go here. I'm gonna do this. Also, you know what? Let's do it in Eevee real quick. Just so we can play around with it and then... Okay. Oh, looks good. All right, this is our rusted metal. What's that all about? Now, can I change the colors? Color. Let me look here in the material. I want a different color. Because I also can do I could do the painted metal with the scratches. So maybe we don't do rusted. Maybe we do painted metal. I think we could do this one. And that one we could change the color, I'm sure. Yeah. That's really good. And I can put a grunge map over top, I think. We're gonna use this exact color. Let's veer into the green. And then that we want, what's that? Maybe like this? I don't know how I would put a grunge map, but I would like to. Can I just add it? Let's see. I don't know how it works. Never done it before. I think I could use this metal. And just make it silver. Oh, I think I would... Alright, we're gonna have to... We're gonna just stick with what we know here. The grunge map, we'll deal with that at a later date. I want to just get the basic colors going. Okay, boom. That's our basic. Let's add it to this as well. Let's add it to... this as well. Basic. Same thing here. Boom. And then we'll do another metal. But instead of that, we'll do metal painted scratched dot pink. And then this one, we'll do the pink color. How's that look? And remember, we're in Eevee, so once we get in cycles, it'll look much better. But I just need the computer to go pretty quickly right now. Okay, and then we're gonna go here. Let's make this also that, but we're gonna tab into edit mode. I'm gonna select 3. Let me see here. Okay, Control plus, see what that covers. Yes. Okay, so just this part. Just want to make sure. All right, and then I'm gonna go to vertex groups. I'm gonna add a vertex group, and we'll just do border, assign, and then let's go here, add one, and we'll add, what can I make that? It's got to be one of these metals. I think I like the aluminum crumpled. I think I like that. Can I add that here? I'm not sure if I can, but I'm gonna see. Oh yeah, boom. So I'm gonna assign that. Amazing. All right, let me go into cycles and just give it a look. Go up here, go back, oop, going back to Eevee. That we're gonna make pink. This we're gonna make blue. This will also make, oh, just kidding, scratched. This, oh no, not that. We're also gonna make this that. This will make pink. This will also be pink. Pink. And more pink. Amazing. And I think I want to change that to what can we change it? Maybe tin can? Is that? Let's do. Okay. And this will also do tin can, tin can. This will also be tin can. And let me look at it in cycles. This HDRI might be a little too powerful. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get rid of the HDRI. I'm gonna go into this. Okay. I'm gonna go into the world. Let's just remove. So if we go here, all right, this is what we're sitting on. And what I'm gonna do, and do something. I want a light and I want a spotlight. I'm gonna grab on the Z. I'm gonna scale you down a bunch. I think I'm really into the spotlight vibes. Slide it up 100, slide it up 500. Okay, this is giving. Let me turn up the background color. All right, and then spotlight. Do like a soft blue. It's very, very green in this lighting. Also, what we could do, let me see something. Let me remove this. Let me see, one more time, color. Because I also have another HDRI that's more basic and doesn't give the blue. I think this is fine. And then my area light, we'll drop it down to like 100. The world strength, we can drop it down so that it doesn't get too washed out. Maybe like 0.6. I think that looks really pretty. That looks really pretty. And then we give it just a little bit of a blue hue. And let's amp it up to maybe like 300. It's really hard to get the area light to work when you have a really strong HDRI. Let's also let's do the floor. So I'm gonna select this and I'm gonna just do P by loose parts. Okay. And what I want to do for the floor, I did this yesterday. I'm gonna do a loop cut. I'm gonna do. Oh wait, let me cancel this. Undo. I'm gonna right click, subdivide. Let me get out of this. Let me go to this. It's going too slow. All right, subdivide. I'm gonna make the floor like a checkered floor. Maybe like that, like 8. And then select all of them, go to select, and then deselect that. And then I'm gonna make this a vertex group. Floor 001, assign that. And then let's go into shading. And we'll make the floor let's do a plastic. We'll do paint model. See if that works. Right here. Can do that. Why aren't we working? Oh, because I'm in edit mode? Let me get out of edit mode. Oh, wait. No, I need to be here. Alright, let me just add it. I don't know why this isn't working for me, y'all. Oh, no. The whole thing is X'd out. Let me get out of here. Why is it doing this? Let me save it. Okay, now we're back. Let's go to my shader editor again. Let me just add, I'll just add the metal painted to the back so that I have it. Beautiful. Now, going back here, let's add metal painted. And assign, undo, go to my vertex groups, assign, let me just click another one. I'll just do scratched. And we'll just assign it that. Okay, so now we have two different colors. That's the whole idea. All right, so this one we're gonna change. We'll make it a new one. And we're gonna put floor 001, and let's change the color of that. So the floor will do this cute little pink color, and then this one we'll do floor 2. I'm comfortable with it being all scratched up, I guess. And let's do maybe like a white, just a white, maybe a tiny hue of pink. Or blue. Now we'll go white. And then this will change to this as well. Now we're on to something. I like that. I guess the floor can be scratched up. That's fine. I think the only thing we're missing zoom in a little closer. All right, let's take a look at our work. The glass could be less foggy, to be honest. I could just, let me get rid of it. Let me shift A. Glass, BSDF, and let's just see what that gives. Because it could be better, let's be honest. Much better. I mean, it's about the same, huh? But it's fine. We'll just leave it there. I think that's pretty good. I could add some more grunge. I could add, this could be a little bit bluer, huh? It's a little on the green side. I'm gonna just pull it to the blue a little bit. Yeah, yes, right? What a good looking gumball machine. What a good looking gumball machine. And then I think the only, let's see, I could add the Bobby Zen name right there. And then we just gotta add the gumballs. And that's a render, baby. And that's a render. I mean, now we could pull it down, not as bright. Let's see. That's really pretty. That's really pretty. Okay. I don't mind this one bit. We just gotta get the gumballs in there, and I'm gonna add the Bobby Zen part. I think that's great. I'm really into it. Floor looks cool. All right, let's see. So last things last, let's add the Bobby Zen text. So Shift A, text, rotate on the X 90, grab on the Z, isolate, tab into edit mode. We're gonna go to desktop, here, here, boom, tab out, get out of isolation mode, scale you down. At you like that. Grab on the X, scale, something like that. Grab on the Y, see what that looks like. Tab into edit mode. Gonna just do an additional space. Just one additional. Tab out. I'm gonna scale it. Kind of works. Grab on the Y. Be coming out a little bit. Let's look at it like this. Grab on the X. Grab on the Z. Scale. Go here. Let me just hide that really quick, because I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna grab this on the Z and just pull it down. ever so slightly, and then grab on the X and pull it over. Like that. If we were to rotate this on the Y, let me see. Just want to make sure it would be like a real gumball machine. Yes. How cute. Yes. And then the gumballs come out. Okay. This is such a fun project. I really like this one a lot. Feel very proud of this one. Okay, beautiful. And then I'll just grab this on the Z, pull you down just a bit more. Scale on the X, like that. A little something like that. I think that's pretty sweet. Maybe I can tab back in and can only do one little. It's a little bit bigger. Yeah. Okay, great. Now, let me grab on the Y just a bit. Okay. Just trying to see how deep. We'll go to about here. Right? Let's look at it from the front view one more time. I think that looks fabulous. Now, we'll convert this to a mesh. And then look on the side view here. Tab into edit mode, select all, E on the Y. And get it right in there like that. And that's that. Boom. That's good. Right? Very similar. Okay, and then we'll go into shading. And we'll color that with the pink. And I think in comparison to, that looks like, you know, that looks like a gumball machine. Now, I don't know the best method to do these gumballs. If you notice, I've been stalling. Only because I want it to be random and I want it to be different colors. So, I'm wondering if when we do these, how I should do this. Should I place each gumball? Is that absurd? I could use the array modifier, but then it's not going to be random. I could, what else could I do? I think let me think. I don't know what the best method of tackling getting those gumballs in there, but that is going to be the most satisfying part once the gumballs are in there. And I'm also going to make them rigid body so that they can come out of the gumball machine. So I just don't really know how to handle this. Let me know in the comments if you know, if you have an idea. I'm going to take a quick bathroom break while you guys look at this beautiful masterpiece and see if we can brainstorm how we're going to get these gumballs in there. Okay, I think I figured out what we can do. I think I have an idea. I think what we could do is make our gumballs a rigid body. Make the gumballs rigid body. So here's what I'm thinking. I haven't used rigid body in a minute. In a cool minute. But what I'm thinking we could do is we could make this a collision object, right? So let me save it because I feel like now is when the computer's going to start getting weird. So if it starts going super slow because I'm streaming and then using a physics system, I might have to do this off camera, which really sucks. So let me show you one more time our beautiful gumball machine without the gumballs, just so you can just see it one more time, because I am so proud of it. I do want to add a grunge map and really kind of go crazy with the scuffs, but I think it looks so pretty. I really do. Okay, so I think, so here it is, right? And if this is where we have to end it and this is where it's complete and my computer doesn't start messing up, we'll keep going. But something tells me once I add the physics system, the computer's gonna struggle. So fingers crossed. But we are at a chunky 2 hours and 20 minutes, which is crazy. It's the longest I've ever streamed in one day. So shout out to that. If you haven't liked the video already, please do. It really does help. I'm on my road to 500. So, appreciate you so much. Okay, so I'm going to make this a rigid body, and this is going to be the passive part of the rigid body. So we're going to do that, and then we'll do the shape is a mesh. Pretty sure that's all I have to do for that. Then what I was thinking we would do, don't know if this is going to work, wish me luck. So, okay, I'm going to just go into x-ray mode, or you know what? We got to do what we got to do. Let's go back to textured. We'll do wired, right? So we can see what's happening. So then what I'm thinking we could do, Shift A, and we're going to do a mesh UV sphere because we just need a circle. So grab on the Z. This is ginormous. Tab into edit mode. I'm a scale. Let me get out of that. I'm a scale. Let me open up the empty one more time so I could just get the size of our gumballs. Grab on the Z. Okay, a little bit smaller than that. A little bit bigger. All right, we're about that size. Okay. Okay, we're about that size. So now what I'm thinking is I'll grab this on the X and I can either array or alt D it. We can array it. Let's just array it. So I'm tabbing out, I'm shade smoothing it, because I think I have an idea. Okay, we're just gonna try this out and see what happens. Okay, so let me array modify, because this could really save us a ton of time. All right, so we'll do 7. Move it over so that it's in the circle. This works. I'm gonna be so excited because I have no idea if this is gonna work or not. But all right, so I'm just gonna apply the array modifier, right? Do that, and then bear with me because I'm working through this right now. And then what we're gonna do, should I separate them? I'm thinking I should separate them. Okay, so I think I'm gonna go into edit mode, P, loose parts, so everybody's their own. Let me also put this in a new collection and name it Gumballs, because it's gonna be a mess. All right, so we're here, right? And then we're gonna try 2 different methods. So I'm gonna try this way where I separate all of them. And then I'm going to rigid body, active, sphere. And let's see what happens. I'm gonna drop it. Oh no. But do you get where I'm going with this? It is literally all right, maybe I need to do mesh, and let's see what that gives. Yes. Oh wait, I know why this is happening. Oh my gosh, you guys. All right. Let's go to this. It's because it's open. You see, we got the idea. It's gonna work. Wait, oh my gosh, what have I done? Oh my goodness. Not me hiding everything. All right, let me go into that. Wait, give me isolation. And then tab into edit mode. Give me 2. Oh, this is fantastic. I think we figured it out. All right, and then fill. And now, let me come back out and we're gonna try again. Oh, wow. I mean, it's bouncing around, but why would it be bouncing? I guess we'll just play with the settings, but nonetheless, we're gonna have gumballs bouncing around. That's so exciting. Hold on. Is it? Okay, we can turn. Let's turn you off for a second. And I'm gonna play this again. Oh my gosh. Okay, it's working. It's literally working. So we have to change the sensitivity or what? So let me pull this down. I think it's way more sensitive. Oh, it's super sensitive. Reset to default. Maybe let's do like 0.1. Oh my God. Oh wow. All right, let's just reset the default. Passive. Oh, maybe this here. Let me do 0.1 here and see what that does. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Okay, too much. So let's reset to default. Let's do 0.9 and see. Or maybe we need to make it, oh my gosh. Oh, wow. Okay, so undo that. Go back to that. Maybe we got to make it heavier. Let's make it 2. I don't know why it's moving around so much. Well, let's see. Maybe if it's not dynamic. It doesn't need to be dynamic. Just fall down. Oh, just kidding. Maybe we do need it to be dynamic. Okay. Let's see if it's 10, what that gives. Okay. Also, set origin to geometry. So let's see. I think if I were to get the settings right, we're in good shape. We got the gumballs in there. And I don't have to, do these all separately. Okay, I'm putting it up to 5 kg. Okay. It's just the weird jumping that I think is kind of weird. But also, let me make this. I'm going to make that a rigid body also. So maybe because it's hitting that as well. So let me do passive. Let me make sure it shouldn't. Would it be a constraint? No, it wouldn't be. I wouldn't be adding a constraint. Yeah, it wouldn't be this. So we don't need the constraint. Oh, maybe I need to subdivide this a little more. Maybe that would help. Make it a mesh. Let's see. Okay. Let's see if the ball was a little bit heavier. Let's do 8. All right, I think 5. 5 is fair. Mesh. Let me see what happens when we do sphere. Oh, amazing. Literally amazing. Perfect. Literally perfect. Oh my gosh. Yes. We did it. We did it. We did it. Hey, we did it. I've been on this computer all day. This is fantastic. Look at this. I haven't used a rigid body system in so long, and look. Look at that. Okay, this is great. Now I just have to do it for every single gumball. But I wonder if I could link it. So let me see. If I click all these, right? And then click this last one. Didn't mean to click that. Click that. Control L. Will it let me copy link? No, it won't let me do that. All right. I know there's got to be a way. Oh, I think, wait, if I click this and then this, do we have a copy to, no? All right. So what do? We did 5 kilograms active sphere. Okay. So why don't I click every single one of these, and then I'm gonna do, just move that out the way. Right click, origin to geometry, so that it works perfect, and then rigid body, 5 active sphere. So that one's good. I know there's a way. I know there is. I've done this before. But for now, let's just see how all these look bouncing around in our little this is wonderful. Sphere. Okay. Let's do this last one. Sphere. All right, run it back. Everybody fall down. Yes. 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 I can just duplicate these. What am I saying? That's all I need to do. And then, oh, you guys, this is great. This is fabulous. Okay, go back. So, right, we did this row. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to color. No, we'll do the coloring later because we got to start here, right? So let's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm going to shift D, grab on the Z. We're going to do 7 more. And we'll just grab it to the over here a little bit so that they kind of stagger. Shift D, grab on the Z, and then grab on the X, just so they do that. Shift D, grab on and grab on the X. Let's make sure everybody's in there. Wow. And then what we'll do is we'll take all these guys, no, oh my gosh, we're just gonna select all these. I can't believe we really did this. I'm blown away. I'm going to shift D, grab on the Y. So it's about there. And then I'm going to shift D, grab on the Y, put them back there. And let's move the ones. So that's good. Now let me make this a solid view one more time just so I could see what is poking out. Okay. So let's get you down. So let's grab you, bring you down here. Also get you, bring you down here as well. Who else? You. Let's grab you. put you in there. Let's grab you on the Z, and then grab you on the X. Who else? Anybody else? Anybody else not fitting inside? Whoever you are, let's get you inside. Let's grab you on the X. Let's grab you on the Z. Let's get you more inside. We'll put you in the center. Grab you on the Y. And then we'll just go over it a little. This is so exciting. Okay. Let's look at that. Let's just do one more look around. Make sure all of our gumballs are inside the machine. Amazing. All right, now let's go back to wired. Oh wait, just kidding. You won't be wired, you'll be textured. This is gonna be wired. Beautiful. All right, the moment of truth. All the gumballs dropping. And go. Oh my gosh, we did it. We've done it. Mission accomplished. Gumballs created. This is so sick. Oh my gosh, did we see that? Let me restart it. Let me do it to 50. We'll keep it short and sweet. Look at that. How incredible. All of that done in one day, my friends. I'm so proud of this. Let's go into our shader editor. Let's make our dome its original texture again. Let's just go with the texture. And look. Let me add a little, oh, we'll just press play. Too bad my cycles doesn't render so great. But you can kind of see the action happening. Now all we would have to do is just set the color of them. And so let me go back. Look at this here. Oh. All right, I'm gonna just do the colors of the gumballs for now. And so let's go to the very beginning. I don't know if I Alt-D'd. That's gonna be terrible if I didn't. If I Shift-D, it's gonna be awful. All right, let's do our shader editor real quick. And I'm gonna just do the colors real quick, and then we're gonna wrap this thing up. All right. So let's get it. Let me look at this here. All right, so let's just do the first row of colors, and then so we want the gumballs to look, what we want them to look like. What looks like a gumball? The paint? This looks like the gumballs have been like sucked on already. We can do plastic glossy. We'll do that. So let's go 1K plastic glossy. Okay. So we're gonna name this gumball .001. Where we at? Okay. Let's use our eyedropper to make it a pink. And then, so I didn't alt duplicate. It's awful. But it's okay, because we can link materials. So I'll just randomly pick. I'll just do the first row. And then I'll link. But what the smart thing would have been to do is to link Alt D all of those spheres so that all of the spheres would follow one color. So if I Alt D'd this entire front row, all of them would be pink and I won't have to go in and manually do it. So that is something I could have done differently, but we can still link. So it's not the worst thing in the world, but if I had it all to do all over again. Okay. I want to get this bigger so we can really get into this color. All right, so we got a blue one, and then we got, let's do another one. So we'll do Gumball 3. We got our little blue one. Let's do, that's like a teal. Is green? Yeah, it's like a green. And then we need yellow. So we'll do this one yellow. I think there's just 4 colors. So yellow. Boom. Let's make this a little bit more, oops, a little bit more vibrant. Let's go a little more yellow. See? Yeah, like that. Pink. Let's do, oh no, come on, give me the right yellow. Let's see, it's too light. Okay, I don't want it to be too saturated, you know what I'm saying? Still gotta be pastel soft, but yellow. Come on. Is that all right? I don't want it to look like puke yellow either. I want it to be like, I think that's an okay yellow, is it? Should I make it whiter? Yes. Okay, that's the yellow we're going for. That's good. Let's make this just maybe a tad bit bluer. And then I'll pull it up. Yeah, so it looks way different than the green one, you know what I mean? All right, now that I have those 4, I'm just gonna collect, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm going to select a bunch of random ones. This is the best way. This is not, I mean, this is the best way to do it because I kind of messed up, but luckily there's not that many balls, so it's fine. But learn from my mistakes. I should have just Alt D, and everything attached to that would have been pink or whatever color. All right, so now, let's see. That's about right. That's about good. We'll do this one too. Let's get rid of this one. All right, and then I'm gonna click this pink one, and then I'm gonna Control L, and we'll link material. So we'll do like that. Which is just fine too, you know. Not the best way, but it's fine. All right, we'll do the same here. I'm just gonna select a bunch of randos. Okay. Now let's go back to selecting some more random spheres. This is so satisfying. You have no idea. This makes me so happy that it ended up working. This is insane. Okay. Gotta click. Oh boy. Oh man. We don't want that. We want this. Okay. Control L. Link materials. Okay. Now we'll do green. So I'm going to select the ones I want to be green. Go green, green, green here. Just trying to visualize the rest of them being yellow. I think that's good. Control L, link materials, and now let's just do the yellow. And you know what else we can do? We can select select by type. No, we can select. It'll usually have like a select by color, but I think I have to be. It's fine. It's fine. We're here now. It's fine. We've done it this far. But usually in select mode, you can select by color, and it'll select all the ones with the same color as what you've selected. Okay, I need this gone. Okay. You. I also could have hid the dome, but whatever. All right, we're almost there. We're almost there, everybody. This is a long live today. But well worth it. I'm very happy with this. There's gonna be a lot of yellow. We'll just see what it looks like. Okay, is that everybody? I think that's everybody. All right, Control L, link materials. Yes. I think everybody got a color. Amazing. Literally amazing. All right, let me save it because I've done a lot of work. A lot of work. Wow. I can't believe it worked. All right. Let me look at it in this mode. Are we ready? To the top. Boom. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a gumball machine. We could put more gumballs in there if we want. We could. But I'm spent. I could just duplicate it. I'll just duplicate all of them. Like this. But that's it. That's a wrap. So here's what we're going to do. I want to get the final render. It's fantastic. Look at that. Look at that. I'm very pleased. So let me, let's get our dome back to textured. And then what I'm going to do, we're going to add a camera. Right, we're going to add a camera. Where's she at? Grab on the Y. There she is. Go into N. We gotta, fully complete this. We're gonna get a full render, so. Look at the camera here. All right, grab on the Z. Let's do it like a real orientation. So I'm gonna do 1080 by 1920. And then I'm gonna grab on the Y and kind of come back. And then grab around the Z. Just like that. All right, so that's our camera. Let's go into, no, we'll go right here. Full render mode, baby. And I just want to do a final render and just see what it looks like all said and done. You know, and what we could work on, what we could change. Okay, let me just make sure everything that needs to be seen is being seen. What doesn't need to be seen is not. What else? I think gumballs are good. The hide is being hidden. All right, and I have our render samples of 50. So let's just do 50 and see what this gives. It looks kind of like, I'm gonna render 2 different ways, but let's just render it, let's just render it right now. Let's just see. My renders take a little bit of time, but we only have 50 samples, so bear with me. But in the meantime, I can kind of fill y'all in on everything else. So basically this is the longest I've ever gone live, but I wanted to make up for the live that I missed on Monday. So I'm really grateful. I'm really excited that we finished this because it's a complete model. And that makes me very happy. And we're basically just trucking and practicing. So every time I do these lives, I'm just practicing my modeling skills. So there's no real story behind why I pick the things that I pick. It's just whatever inspiration I'm feeling, I tend to just go with that. So this month I thought that modeling some vintage items could be really fun and really exciting. So that's kind of how we got here. But this is probably one of my favorite models that we've done. If I'm being 100% honest, I'm absolutely obsessed. I cannot believe that we got to this point because every time I start modeling, if you'll notice the last couple weeks, I have had to restart a couple times before we finally get there. But I think that's the message, is you just have to keep chipping away little by little, start from the bottom up, and you'll eventually get to the final result. If I didn't continue and push and think outside the box and force myself to just try new things and to throw different things at the wall to see what sticks, then I would have never had this really cool gumball machine. And it is just so pretty to me. And it has its own unique little flair. And I just couldn't be happier. So I just want to say thank you for everyone who jumped in at any point during these lives. It means so much to me, and I'm just trying to build a community where we can just come on and have fun and practice and get better as a community. So although I know these models are not perfect, I am so proud of my progress and how far I've come as a 3D artist. Every single time I do one of these, I feel that I grow a little bit more. I haven't done rigid body systems in so long, so the fact that it kind of stuck with me and I was able to figure it out, I'm very, very, very happy about that. So the only thing that I think I would adjust or shift is this glass looks like a fishbowl. And I don't like that because it's kind of warping the gumballs. It looks like they're floating in water, which I guess could be fun, whatever, you know, but it's giving water. And I don't necessarily want it to give water. I want them to look how they look in the photos. So I could tweak and play around with the shading a little bit. I also just plugged in a glass BSDF. I didn't do anything else. So I could either go back to use the material that I have that's a base glass, or keep this, but nonetheless, it gives very elegant, very classy, very demure. So thank you to everybody who jumped in. Thank you to everyone who keeps supporting. Dad, thank you for helping me with my volume. Finally got that figured out. And stay tuned for some tutorials on the way. I have a waffle tutorial that I'm finishing up editing. My slot machine, I finished the animation last night, so I can get that up to you guys. There's a few things I want to tweak on it, but I think I'm going to put up what I do have and then tweak what I need to tweak. But it came out great. I'm really happy with the shading, the colors, and all of that. So I'm just going to keep doing these. I'm just going to keep building, keep growing, keep learning, because I think that's what it's all about. At the end of the day, it's all you can do, you know? Looking at this, I'm seeing some imperfections and I'm seeing where I could fix things, but nonetheless, we started with the default cube, so I don't know about you, but I'm pretty happy with this. I think it kind of looks better than the photo, to be honest. A little bit more character. I would like to add a grunge onto it, but there are some scratches on the actual base of the gumball machine, so I think that's pretty cool. This metallic silver that I have on my gumball machine's a little bit newer than I would have preferred, so I definitely want to look into some more rustic, like worn materials, because I do kind of dig that vibe. So I still do need to finish up the vintage radio, and I do need to continue on the vintage television. The difference with the television and what I would tweak is I made it in Eevee, so the glass shader looks not as good as it would if I did it in Eevee. So when I do the animation, I might render it out in cycles so that the glass just looks very prominent. So that's on my to-do list. So I have a bunch of stuff that I want to do. I want to keep growing the community. I want to keep putting out quality videos, and and just keep learning and growing. That's really it's my main hope for this channel. So if you enjoyed this at all, please don't forget to like, subscribe. We're on our road to 500. Every single subscription matters. I'm very grateful for those. And I'm just going to keep putting out content. And let me know if there's something that you'd like to see in the future. I was thinking next month we could model some product renders, meaning like makeup. So maybe lipstick, lip gloss, nail polish, products like that, things you would find in maybe Ulta, Sephora. That feels like that would be a really fun challenge. Always down for a perfume model. Would love to keep this vintage vibe going. So I don't know. We have a bunch of options, a bunch of ideas. So we'll see what sticks. But this is just about finished rendering. So let's just compare. We'll do the final render compared to the image. Let's just bring this over a little bit. Let's bring that over. And let's pull up the final render. Pull that down, okay. Okay, it's done rendering. So there it is. There's our comparison. This is our model. This is the inspiration. This one has a little bit more of a green yellow hue to it, but it could be the lighting too. So we could add a bit of a yellow lighting to really pull the yellow coming out of it. But it was inspo, so I think we're good. Again, the glass shader is kind of warping the gumballs, making them look like they're underwater, so I would change that as well. I could maybe bevel these a bit more so they're a little bit softer, but that's just a, preference. The details I think look great. I really am loving this part. I think it's really elegant, really pretty. I love this little piece here. And then the Bobby's End part is cute. I'm a happy girl. I like it. I think it's great. So I think that's it for me, folks. I think I'm all done. 3 hours is wild. But I hope you grabbed something from it. I hope it brought you some sense of calm. I hope it was fun to watch and to, I don't know, maybe you got some work done as well. But I am grateful for all of you all. I'm going to leave you with that. Thank you so much. I'll catch you next Monday. Maybe I'll put up a poll to see what we're going to do next Monday. I'm not totally sure. Still kind of up in the air. But I'll see y'all next Monday. Don't forget, if you find something that zens you out, make space for it. I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.